Hey, it's Adam with ROAS Media. Today we're testing out the software Anyword. So it's an AI writing software, copywriting software. Typically, I don't like to use them that much, but this one seems a little more useful than Jarvis, now turned to Jasper. So I had a Jasper account for a little while, and I use it to usually write blog posts and add to the content that I'm adding to websites, content-wise, and make my face smaller. But Jasper serves its purpose for helping you write content out, which is great. But Anyword, we're using it to write headlines. So every month we test out different headlines and copies for our clients to see what works. And this has helped me come up with ideas for headlines. So we're going to take what we have last month and rewrite it inside Anyword, but then we're going to also come up with new stuff from Anyword and try to revise it based on what we know it works. So we're going to go through Anyword really quickly and show you how it's done. So this is an Anyword project. So you can see I have a free trial right now. I'm just coming up with, or just testing out the software. I'll probably end up using it because I liked how it's done. I used it a couple times last night to put a couple videos up. All right, so this is the project we're working on. So first, in Anyword, you pick the type of project you work on. Facebook ad, you write, this is the description for the most part. Google search, I like to use this because it gives you the description and the headline. Facebook has bigger, longer descriptions, obviously, but Google has shorter ones. I like to use both of them. Google search for the headline, for both Facebook headlines and Google Ads headlines, and then Facebook for the copy. All right, so I'm going to use an existing project. And we're using the data-driven copywriting. This is only available in the business software, and so it starts at $20 a month for the basic software. You can get the business software for about $99 a month. This is probably what we're going to do. Yeah, I don't need unlimited seats right now. We only have a couple people, so they can log into mine. But then later on, if we need unlimited seats or unlimited words, 30,000 a month seems like a decent amount. We probably write about 20,000 words a month total right now between all the blog posts and content that we write. But maybe 30,000 might be too little, so I might have to upgrade to $400 a month. But for right now, we're probably going to upgrade to this because my Jasper unlimited plan was about $120 a month. I think they decreased that as of right now. They have a tiered system based on how much you write. But this was unlimited, so mine was $120 a month. So first we're going to start with our project. I'm going to show you what I do and how I use it. And I think it's most helpful in this way. And then we're going to use it how they want you to use it. So as of right now, this came up with these headlines for me. And I like the reason I like it over Jasper is because of the predictive analytics here. So you can see that we're talking to females, or they are assuming we're talking to females 25, 35, 45. This is not our audience, so we're going to curb the text here to see if we can talk to our audience. Our audience is typically male homeowners around 35 and up who have a decent amount of expendable cash, because ductless ductless systems are add-on systems to a house. They're usually used in sunrooms, bedrooms, and basically any house that doesn't have air conditioning now, or any house that has cold and hot spots. So sometimes a big living room with a tall ceiling might have a cold spot, hot spot. Cold spot in the wintertime, hot spot in the summertime. Usually it's not a hot spot, but cold spot, definitely. So you put a ductless air conditioner in there to make sure that room's comfortable at all times. Same thing with other parts of the house, like a basement or a sunroom that wasn't built with air conditioning in mind. So we're talking to males. So I like this one, superb comfort and savings, especially for Google, not much for Facebook. So we're going to take it and put it inside our ad testing. And like I said, every month we come up with 10 to 20 different versions of a headline that we think might work. We're going to take this and we come up with ad audiences, at least 5 to 10 for each account. It's usually pretty much the same for each account because we only do HVAC advertising, so pretty much the same for each account. These are the ones we're testing out this month. And then the headlines, we're going to start and get to about 20. So I'm going to not time lapse the video. I'm going to pause it really quickly and then come up with different headlines. And if I have a tip for you. I will unpause it. But the goal of this is to see which ones were generated by AI and which ones were generated by us, to see if we can beat the AI. We're going to test out the different versions. And like I said, every month we test out different versions. And this is a spreadsheet of last month's versions of our headlines, body copies, and which ones perform best. So we're going to take the best performing ones, put those in control, take the new ones, put those in testing to see if we can beat the control. And we're going to see if artificial intelligence actually beats the control. So you can see here that this is tankless installation. The type of installations here go all the way down. I think there were about 70 tests last month. 67 actually. And you can see how much money they spent, what the results were, and these look like the same, but they're all different versions of versions of the text. It starts out the same, but they're actually different versions. So we're going to see if we can beat the AI, and I'm going to pause this video real quickly just to come up with 20 different versions of it. One thing that kept happening inside the Google one was I wanted to rewrite a headline, but you can only provide 30 characters. And Facebook is a little more. Still, it's not. I don't like the limitations here. You can definitely put it. I mean, this is a headline specifically, so I can go into primary text to put how long a headline I want, but I don't like the limitations here. Just because I like to create a bunch and then whittle down to what I think is going to work the best, not being limited from the start. So we're going to generate again. See if we can generate something more than that. So they gave me a headline that's a lot longer than 40 characters, which you can use in Facebook. You can use a headline pretty much as long as you want. So they give me headlines that are longer than 40 characters, but I'm not able to put in existing headlines that are longer than 40 characters, which I don't like very much. Let's see, power mode. Not going to use that right now, but so I don't like the limitations on it initially. So what I would do with this one is we would use this one and see if any of their customers actually said something like this, because I like the name of the product in there. I'm going to take out ductless though. Maybe splits. So this is not AI, this is AI generated, but I helped a little bit, so we're going to take that out. Oops. Boom, boom, boom. So play around with it a bunch. If you know the basics of copywriting, you can pretty much curve this how you want. But I like it coming up with headlines, and I like to whittle it down. So let's see what this score would be. See if that will give me a decent score. So I'm still over the line. I don't like that. Oh, but this one will let me run it. Okay, I like that. That's fine. And then we're going to see, all right. So that one they say is going to be better. Let's see our tone of voice. Talking to females, that's somewhat fine. General, gender neutral tone of voice, okay. You really want to talk to males because they're the ones that make the estimates happen and the decisions happen for the most part. So we're going to take this and use it here. AI. All right, so let's get off the savings. I'm going to take some headlines that we've already used, and then I'm going to throw them in here, see if we can do a little better. So one of the headlines we've been using that's been performing pretty well is proudly serving the state or the city for however many years they've been in business. So we get a 65 score for that. We're talking to mainly males, all groups and audiences, provides trust. So I can see that being well. So let's see if they can generate any better headlines than that. Rewrite. And I really like the rewrite tool. A+ rated, proudly serving. So they, nah. I mean, I guess. Let's see. A+ rated, you know, it's kind of hard to say that. And that's kind of played out. We've seen a ton of that. Join the ductless revolution. Well, that sounds like a pretty good headline. We'll test that out. Testing. We're going to get 10 from the AI, and then we're going to get 10 from the team. Okay. Nope. Alright. Conversational. Let's see what that does. We're proud to serve. Okay, I like that. And I like that it tells you how many based on 470 variations. I like that. So, talking to everybody, males and females. Okay. So we'll take that and use that as well. And especially if you have something that works, it's all about incremental gains that we can provide. So the leads we are supposed to bring in are around $90 for this product because of their closing and booking ratios. So $90, we've been bringing the leads for them for $43. So we're cutting in half our goal lead cost, which is good. And at this point, we have ads that are working and have been working well. We've had ads even up for 2 years or so that have been working and still work pretty consistently. The ones that work have been up for 2 years, bringing leads at about $15 or so. Now we know that at some point they're not going to keep working, so we have to not rely on them and test out different things. So we're going to keep doing this until we get a bunch of different versions. I'm not going to bore you with all that, but I just wanted to show you how to use a tool and see if it works any well. But I'll keep creating, keep testing versus ours, and at the end of the month, because I hopefully will do an update video. I have to remember to do that, but I'll hopefully do an update video at the end of the month to see which ones work the best and which ones were generated by AI, and I'll put that inside the ad description so I know in the spreadsheet, because I'm not going to go back to the AI and see which one's pulled, but I know inside here, based on where it came from, that it was generated by AI. So we are going to see at the end of the month, so I'll do an update. At the end of February is 28 days. That's a good enough time for a test. So we'll test that out. Too bad it doesn't create creatives though. But I have a software that does that. But we like to create our own creative now. Don't want to get too reliant on softwares and then you're stuck not knowing anything. So hopefully this helps you. Take the software, use it. It's good to have your own ideas, bring them to the software to help them refine it, and then refine the software throughout that. So I like the iterative process of using the software to generate ideas, taking those ideas, making them your own, and then making those into better ideas, or bringing your own ideas. So we have our own tests, bringing those, putting those in, and then making those better. So I like that idea. Anyway, this is Adam, Theros Media. If you actually want to try the software out, you can try it out. I'll put a link in the description below. It's pretty good. I like it so far. I like it a little more than Jasper. Jasper, I've been using. I like the short codes in Jasper, so you can, write a brief, and then have the AI use that brief as a template to create text for you. So I like that idea in Jasper. I'm not sure if they do that in here. I don't think they do, but I'll check out the blog posts or blog writing version of it, and then we'll try that out. And I'll make another video just after I try that out. So hopefully this helps you get a little better idea of how you can use Anyword, and we'll talk to you soon.